Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Thursday to you guys. Thanks for being here. Let me say hi to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Peace Love, the Chocolate Bay. Thank you both so much for being members. Good morning to Just Blaze Detroit. Big up to you, sis. Thank you guys so much for being here. So, we're going to get into a really important topic that has been on my heart. I'm going to share. Child, I'm out of cream for my coffee. I hate when that happens, Chocolate Bay. Oh, that drives me crazy. Um, we're going to get into some things that's been on my heart and some things that I've been seeing as well. We're going to give some examples, but most of the examples I'm going to give are probably going to be from my perspective, things that I've seen and things that I've learned here on YouTube. Good morning, lovely one. So child, it's been a lot going on. I guess there's always a lot going on, right? Never a dull moment on YouTube. And I've really been thinking about, I was reflecting on different, I don't even want to say relationships. Some of them were relationships, but some of them are just acquaintances, right? And just how people behave and how, for me, forgiveness is like a big thing, or releasing grudges is a big thing. Because I don't like to be bitter, okay? Because I could be bitter just like the next person. I could be angry, okay? I can have vengeful thoughts, okay? Let's be honest. I would say all, if not most of us, experience that at times, and so I don't like it because it doesn't feel good. Like I've come from places in my life where I talked before about how I've been to therapy to deal with anger. Good morning, Andrea. Dealing with childhood trauma and just other things. And so I know what it feels like. Good morning, my small space. I know what it feels like to let go of stuff, right? But I've learned such a crazy, brutal lesson being on social media, because I've learned that applying that forgiveness principle, it doesn't look the same in the social media world. And I would love to hear your thoughts throughout this, because I'm gonna break some stuff down. And it's like once it hit me, I was like, damn. So you mean to tell me I gotta have different rules for the way that I like forgive people that are in a internet space, okay, than I would in my everyday life. So if I choose to make amends with somebody or just drop something or whatever, like that's a real thing for me. That is a real genuine thing. And so I've observed a lot of patterns online. Specifically, a lot of my examples are going to be YouTube because that's what I'm referring to. Where, yeah, like I feel like there's so many bad patterns of seeing people either just not apologizing. And we're going to break it down because there's a lot of people that's good at not apologizing but making up, because that's very common on here. Fake apologies, right? Or just downright abusive people. And we're going to get into all of those three things because I think it's really important for us to really think about these dynamics and make decisions for ourselves, right? We can't, things that I go over, y'all might agree with me, and some of y'all might be like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm going to continue to do things this way. That's totally up to you. So just know that this is an open discussion as well, but I'm going to share my thoughts and feelings about it. Just going to read a couple comments. Chocolate Bay, you got me seriously. Look for them ice cream. No pressure cooker. Hey, lovely one. A lot of them are a whole 5150. If that ain't the damn truth. Y'all saw my post last night. I said that, child, I've worked in a psych hospital. Okay. It feels like I'm a whole psych tech, making my rounds every 15 minutes, making sure people doing what they're supposed to be doing. Okay. Taking their medication and not going off the deep end. And it's sad. And like, that sounds like a joke, but it's true. Okay. It's true. So anyway, um, a lot of them are a whole 5150 case. Forgiveness and getting the bag are two different things. Lovely one just basically summarized everything with that post. That's absolutely correct. I absolutely agree with you. We've talked about before on my channel, what do people have to gain? Me too, lovely one. I'll eat one scoop and get 10 pounds. Some of us just look at food and food's like, yep, I'm showing up. You got to serve them a plate of reality and make them eat it. Okay, we're going to get into all this because I've learned some really harsh lessons on here, right? How are they able to make up? Lord of mercy, let me read this again. Peace Love said, right, how are they able to make up and never apologize? And y'all know I am not too proud to tell y'all when I've been a sucker, because I've totally been a sucker for this. And you know what's crazy? That shit would never happen in real life to me. I would be more attentive to the signs, but on social media, it's like some of our guards go down, right? I have totally had people that I've made up with that's never actually apologized for the fuck shit that they've done. So we're going to talk about how to avoid those people, how to and pay attention to the patterns, because there's a lot of people on here that are skilled at making up, but they've never said a goddamn apology to anyone. Okay. And then we got the other people that's super skilled at dramatic apologies and shit, but don't make no change. The chocolate bear, that's my last struggle too. Jess Blake said, baby, you're preaching to the choir. This year, my forgiving spirit isn't balancing the situation. I don't feel, I don't like this feeling. And that's how I feel, Jess Blake says. That's where I'm going. And that's why I want to talk about it. Because I said, this feels counter to who I am. It feels counter to the way that I typically deal with things. Hey, Onward. Oh, wait. Child, I just butchered your name. Okay, if you can help me out with the phonetic spelling, because I'm a little slow today, so I want to make sure I'm not saying your name incorrectly. But good morning to you. Thank you for being here. Oh, M on third, child. So I'm gonna go ahead and just blame it on Prego Brain. Okay, apparently that's a real thing. I've been acting a damn fool. So please forgive me. I'm sorry about that. I was like, wait, Onward. There's no W in there, child. I'm a mess. Lovely one said, pressure cooker, why not whip up some prune cookies and say nothing to them? See what happens. Okay. You're welcome. No, see, I don't like when people mess up my name. Hey, good morning, Miss Tiva. Good morning, Sister Crystal. Thank y'all for being here. So we're gonna get into some things, okay? We're gonna get into some things, child. So let's talk about the patterns. First, I'm gonna throw myself on the bus here, and I'm gonna talk about times that I feel like, and this is I can only take responsibility for allowing people to do that to me, right? I've had situations with people, because generally I'm a type of person, I like peace. I like calm. I'm not afraid of conflict. Like if it needs to be dealt with, we're gonna deal with it. Okay. So, but I like to live in peace with people. I don't like things that don't have closure. That's the type of person that I am. I don't like it hangs over my head. We don't have to be besties. I just don't like there to be bad blood if there doesn't need to be. Now, okay, Miss Tiva. However, that has also gotten me into some issues on here, because I have allowed people to come back into my life that never apologized. When I look back, I'm like, did this person actually say they were sorry for what they did? And this has happened multiple times. Okay. Once again, I'm taking responsibility for that because I allowed it. Yes, that person, they have their own issues. Those people have their own issues, but I allowed that. And I said, I counted different situations where I was like, yo, none of these people actually ever apologized. Good morning, Pillow Talk with Bae. Good morning, sis. Yeah, Sister Crystal, I know you can relate, love. And see, that's the thing. You have to be careful, because people would take advantage of peacemakers. They would take advantage of people who truly want peace. Some of these people don't have no peace in their life. Some of these people, catch this, they don't have no friends. They don't even have family members that want to fuck with them. And we don't realize that, because that is not our everyday life. That is abnormal for most of us, of all of us, right? When you're healthy, you got at least one other person in your life, right? And I'm not just talking about your partner, because I don't trust people either who their only person is their partner. You got to have a friend. I don't want to be with no man that don't got no damn friends, okay? Because I like my alone time sometimes. Oh, yes, they live in misery. They live in misery, and you have to be able to catch those signs. You have to see. Sometimes we don't know because it's just a screen, and some of us don't even come on camera, right? So you can't even really see what's happening in the background and stuff. But you can kind of tell by if somebody's constantly falling out with people, they're constantly creating chaos and just F-ish. Chances are 9 times out of 10, those people can't keep any relationships in real life. Nobody wants to be around them. They're obnoxious. Okay. They cannot keep a friend. And hell, some of them, even their own family members, don't want to F with them, because they are miserable people. Okay. Miss Tiva said the apologies are fake, so I just keep it moving. Miss Tiva, see, that's because Miss Tiva is a wise woman. See, sometimes there's been times where either I haven't gotten an apology and I've allowed people to come back into my life, into my space, right? Where, like I said, in real life, or this is real life, but in like daily offline life, I wouldn't allow that. So it's like, what makes us do different things than we would in our day-to-day life, right? And then of course there's people with fake apologies, okay? And we're going to talk about what does a real apology actually look like. Truth, YouTube is a catch-all, good, bad, evil. Yes, it is. I need to hear this. I want peace at all costs, but it's becoming too expensive. This right here. See, Just Blaze, this is exactly how I feel, sis. I feel like it is too expensive to want peace at all costs. And I only feel like that on YouTube. I don't feel like that in my life. If I ever feel like that in my real life, that's when that relationship comes to an end. And it doesn't happen often, but there's definitely been people that I'm like, we ain't gonna be friends, boo. Even if I don't verbalize that to them, this is not working, okay? And then I just keep it moving because it's like, nah, you're doing a bit much, okay? I was in a gaslighting situation. Was it 2 weeks ago? I'm not gonna get into it today, child. But I might come on here and tell you about it because it was ridiculous. Okay. Sister Crystal said, thank you everyone for liking the stream as you enter. Thank you so much, Sister Crystal. Okay. 2022 should be a time of letting go toxic followers, grow into a better you. Facts on facts. Amen, lovely one. Okay. Amen. And that's what I want to do. That's what I want to get into today. Miss Tiva said, I watched the patterns. You got to watch the patterns, guys. I'm gonna stop reading comments for a second. You have to watch the patterns, like Miss Tiva said. See, this is where I've made mistakes because people will get away with what you allow them to get away with. Okay, remember that they get away with what we allow them to get away with. So, back to the patterns of people mastering the art of the non-apology. Okay, because some of us just like peace and we just want to keep it moving. Okay. I don't know. Other people may have experienced this as well, but I know I've experienced it where I've multiple times I've allowed people to be back in my space, and I've been in their space because I'm like, oh yeah, we had some issues in the past. Let's drop it, right? And it's funny. Those are the same people that often turn around and just do evil shit to you, okay, or just pretend like you never dropped it. Well, again, they've never actually apologized, right? They never apologize. You have to think about it. It's just like somebody that cheats on you. I've never been cheated on, thank the Lord. But it's just, to me, it's like what I see happen to people when they get cheated on. Not that people can't change, but if you don't let that person be accountable, if you choose to let that person stay in your life, there's going to have to be a lot of things in order to make amends for that relationship to work. And if you're just like, oh, don't worry about it, we're cool. Guess what? Chances are they're going to do it again. It's not your fault, but it's because you didn't set the boundaries for them, right? There wasn't enough consequences there for them. So they just figure, oh, well, hell, I could just do it again, right? So you have to realize that with people, pay attention to their patterns. Do they ever actually say, I'm sorry? Can they articulate what they are sorry for, right? Sometimes it's very clear what it is that people have done wrong, right? Sometimes it's just, people going back and forth with each other. They both say stuff, you know what I'm saying? But they have to be able to articulate what it is that they did wrong. You can't just be like, I'm sorry, or we're cool, okay? Because, like I said, truth be told, that shit don't fly in everyday life for me. If you do some effed up shit, which quite frankly, I really don't have a lot of people in my life around me that do that. I'm telling you, it's a high concentration of fuckery and bullshit on the internet because I've never seen so much conflict back to back in my life. Never. And the crazy part is these people keep getting in bed with each other. Okay? They make up, they roll around, they love making, and then the next minute they taking out knives and guns from under the pillow, ready to kill each other. That's what the fuck I've seen. Okay? So you got to be careful because peace is expensive and not everybody deserves for you to forgive them. And what does that mean? That doesn't mean you have to walk around with bitterness. It just means you just move on. So I'm gonna say something before I go more into this. Okay, there are people that I've blocked. First of all, I was never a blocker. I rarely blocked people back in the day. My first channel, very rarely I blocked people. I'm more of a person that's like, because I'm not threatened by opposing viewpoints. I don't delete those unless you're disrespectful. So I would just delete disrespectful stuff and keep it moving. Most times they're gone, they don't come back. But then I started to get to a place where I realized of how much peace you can get from blocking people. Okay. I don't block people because they disagree with me. You know what I'm saying? I block trolls and disrespectful ass people that try to come for your wellness, that want to get a rise out of you. Those are the people that I block. And not only was I not a blocker, but I really block content creators. Really. Because I think, okay, sometimes you're in a workplace that you deal with people that you don't like and they don't like you, and you just got to keep it moving, right? That was my mentality before. Now I block the shit out of people. And not only do I block them, because I used to block people and take them off the block list, depending on what it was, or if time went by and I'm like, you know what, let me just let it go. Let me take this off. If you've been blocked and you've noticed that you have not been unblocked, that's because I'm protecting my peace. See, I've had too many situations on here where I've had people, pretend that they're going to be acting right, or, that they're changing, or that they're, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to do the shit that they did before. And then they go right back around and do it. So I'm not going to give you a chance. You're not going to get no second chances. Maybe you are that person that would change. Maybe you are, or that would conduct yourself accordingly. But guess what? I don't even want to find out. I'm at a point in my life where I don't need, the thing is, it's the internet. Okay. I don't know you in real life. So if you do some fucked up ass shit, if you write some trash shit on my wall, if you come and you disrespect me and I block your ass, I don't need you in my life. I don't even want to remember that you exist. And that might sound cold-hearted, guys, but that is the extent I'm going to protect my peace, because some people will try to squeeze their way back into your life only to screw you over all over again, because they haven't truly changed. They haven't truly, modified their behavior. And so to me, why would I unblock those people? That's just giving them another chance to act a fool in your life, to show their ass. And that's where I am in my life. And I don't know if that sounds harsh, but I decided that if you're blocked, you're going to stay blocked. I don't even want, especially if you're double blocked. Double blocked is when I can't see you in the chat. Okay. If I can't see, when I tell you I have so much peace, there's people that I forget that I've blocked, because they be in their name pops up, and I'm like, oh, I don't see a comment from them, and then I go to my block list and I'm like, oh, that's because I blocked them. Totally forgot that I blocked their ass, and then I remember, why did I block this person? Oh yeah, they were trying to do some foolishness. Listen, when I tell you that peace is priceless, okay. It is, I have unblocked people and they come in my chat and they super chat me some colorist shit. Even though I'm not fucking with them, I'm doing my commentary just like other people, right? Nothing out of the ordinary. This person gonna come insert themselves, even though more than half the sector hate their ass, they gonna come super chat me $5. Blocked. You know what I'm saying? See, that's the thing with people. You have to pay attention to their patterns. Some of these people are stuck on stupid, and they don't know how to change. They have no intentions of changing. Thank you, Andrea. We all have to decide who shares our lives and for how long. And I've decided that I am not going to stress myself out for avatar on the motherfucking internet. Okay. Pardon my français, because it's not worth it. I can't even argue with you in real life. I can't even see you. You don't do a thing for me. Like, you got to really break it down, guys. You got to really break it down, especially since I got pregnant. I don't even like these trolls. Literally, I block them on sight. I'm not going to argue with you because it's energy. It's energy I don't have that my unborn child would not appreciate if I'm giving it to you at all. So those are things that I want to tell y'all. Look out for that. People are skilled at the makeup without an actual apology. Okay. There are people who, they do apologize, right? How do you know it's real? Okay. When you actually apologize for something, you're taking responsibility. And in many cases, both people need to apologize, right? Both people, like, especially in certain places on YouTube where, we go back and forth with each other, or people go back and forth with each other. In some cases, both people have said things, right? Even if it was one person who initially started it. That's how I think about it. You have to also think, is there anything I've done wrong? Is there anything that I need to apologize for? Okay, exactly. We don't know these people, Miss Tiva. And it sounds so simple, but it's been hitting me. I don't know this person. They live in another state. I'm in a whole nother country. We're not even in the same country anymore. Why would I want to, as we say in Jamaica, uckle up myself over somebody that I never met? For what? For what? Now, if I've talked to you outside of here, okay, it's gonna be different, right? Like I'm gonna have a lot more courtesy for you. But you know what? There are situations where it's like, no, if you've just done some crazy shit, I don't even want to give you access to my life anymore because you're just messy. Like some people just love the mess. Lovely One says, summer is almost here. I'd rather enjoy healthy living and sharing ideas than drama. Okay. That's because you're on a different vibration. That's because you're on a different vibration. Okay. We don't need to keep giving people chances to hurt us or disrespect us multiple times. Sister Crystal said it. We don't need to give people chances to hurt us or to disrespect us multiple times. You have to know, am I worth it? Am I enough? Why do I need to extend this olive branch to this person? And then check this, guys. Also, look at the person's history. What is their history of making amends with other people? Do they make amends because it's going to help their numbers? Do they make amends because they need more allies? Because we know there's people on here that can't stand alone. Okay, there are people on here that cannot stand alone. They got to recruit 11 people to get on your ass while they sit back and they watch the effery unfold. I don't fight like that. I've never jumped anyone in my life. Okay, if we got beef and we about to scrap it out, it's gonna be me and it's gonna be you. Okay, I'm not gonna show up. Okay, with Pookie or Ray Ray or Donovan or Karoy. I'm not gonna show up with no extra people. It's just gonna be me and you. And at this point in my life, I ain't fighting anyone because I'm a grown ass woman. But I've always looked down on people who jump people. I look at those people as weak. You can't fight your own battles. You like, good morning, Javir. You can't fight your own battles. You got to recruit mad people. So sometimes people only apologize because they need more allies. You have to think, what does this person have to gain? Is this sincere? Do they really mean this? And how can you tell? Some people, like, you don't got to worry about the non-apologizers, the people who can't even say it. Okay, that should be the first people crossed off the list. They never even said it. If you have to ask them, honey, it's not worth it. Keep it moving. And I'm not saying you should block them too. I'm just saying there's people, this is the type of person that I am. There's people who I had fallen out with, who I would occasionally watch their videos. There are a lot of people now, I don't even fuck with they shit. If you've done grimy extra shit to me, especially if we're supposed to be cool, I don't even watch you. That's the level that I'm on. I don't even want to hear your voice. I don't want to see your dirty ass teeth. I don't want to see your dry ass foot. I don't watch you. And sometimes people don't believe it, but I'm dead ass, because if I get to the point where I don't even want to see your fucking face, that is, I know I got some other Virgos in here. That's serious. Okay, that's a point of no return. Okay, I'm on a debate team, baby. I argue just to drive the point home. I got to stop the pettiness. Now, Just Blaze, I love to debate just like the next person. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to duke it out. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people who just sit back in the cut, and you know what I'm saying? Like, some things you just got to let go. And don't get me wrong. Like, when that person added me and made comments about my child, if I wasn't pregnant, I would have unleashed the gates of hell on that motherfucker. Okay, that's how I know he's weak, because he's a weak man. You can't even afford a phone, son. You can't even afford a phone. You beg one lady who 50 odd years old, however old she is, to buy a phone for you. I just bought a phone for myself the other day. Okay, just because I wanted to. Like, what are you talking about? Because I said, listen, I don't want to deal with no contracts. Okay, well, I have a contract, but I didn't want to extend it, so I said, let me go drop this money and just pay out of pocket for it. You can't do that because you probably don't got no damn job. Okay, You don't got no damn job, you demon from hell. Anyway, let me stop. I'm getting off topic. I tend to internalize things. However, I've learned to block, do not recommend without a single response. Ooh, she's dropping gems. I don't know you. Why even bother? Let me tell you something. My small space is on it. That do not recommend. Y'all better get into it. Okay? Because YouTube is a messy bitch. I said it. They're going to unmonetize my video. YouTube is a messy bitch. They stay recommending people that they listen. I done blocked the person. I done cleared them out of my search field. YouTube said, hey, here's this video from you know who. Child, do not recommend. And sometimes you got to hit it multiple times because they don't get the message. Use that feature, guys. Get these people out of your life. Okay, it will bless your soul. And on Thursday, I self-check often. I get it together. Oh, I got to self-check too. Oh, trust and believe I do. Okay, just because I help to give people coping tools and de-escalate people, okay, as a part of my job, I got to do the same thing for myself because I will definitely go nuclear. Funny how some can stir up trouble online, yet can't use that energy in creating a decent meal. Yes. Half of them can't cook. Preacher, lovely one. They can't. No, they can't. But you got time to be online cooking up trouble. You can't even make a nutritious and delicious meal for yourself, for your family. And listen, food is a part of your mental health too. If you stay eating McDonald's every day, okay, processed food every day, you don't got no vegetables, you don't got no grains, okay, you don't eat are you eating stuff that's only from a box? Child, it's gonna affect your mental health. Okay. Yes, it will. And y'all think I'm lying? Look it up. See, I have no doubt that these people aren't eating right because they come on here and they spend hours concocting bullshit and arguing with people for foolishness. Ridiculous. Oh, I didn't know Emma Third had a channel. I'm going to check it out. Sister Crystal said, oh my God, I hear to hear what happened to you. Sister Crystal, this is why I had to ask Archangel Michael to handle that. Because baby, I actually, you know what? I never tell Jeff stuff that happens online. And I actually told him about it because I wanted him to know, that was my way of calming myself down. I knew that if I told him, I would hold myself accountable. Okay. I would hold myself accountable. These people, let me tell you, but they're miserable. Let's do a reading on this person. We're just going to tap into our empath skills. We're going to take a brief intermission and we're going to read this person. Okay. See, I'm thinking that if you're so miserable that you have to hop online at 3 a.m. or whatever time it is to at somebody who's not addressed you in months, who's not even mentioned your name, okay, who's gone toe to toe with you about your evil crimes, but you didn't at them then. Okay. And you've actually come back to my chat before, try to send me kissy faces and stuff. I remember. See, I never blocked you. Do you remember I told you I didn't block you? Because I wanted you to keep making an ass out of yourself. I wanted you to. I wanted you to incriminate yourself so I can take the screenshots. And if you do make any more threats of a sexual nature towards children, I will have it for my file to report your ass. But you were smart and you didn't. Instead, you came and you tried to make amends and I ignored you. You're the only person that wasn't blocked because I wanted you to hang yourself. I did. So I forgot about you until you added me like the weak spawn of Satan that you are. You needed somebody. You needed some type of attention. That means your wife ain't paying you no mind. There's no way her vagina gets wet for you. Okay, because you're a man arguing with other women on the internet. There's no way, sir. There's no way you have a job. Because if you have a job, you could have saved $300 to buy a phone. Okay. There's no way you're playing with your daughter. There's no way you're happy. The only thing I know is you are a miserable person. You have to be a miserable person. If you added a pregnant woman and said things about her unborn child, I pity you. I pity you. You're a horrible wretch. And I don't wish nothing good for you. Since you want to speak bad on me and my family, I wish the same for you. So that's what I'm getting. That's the energy I'm picking up. Nobody wants to be around you. You don't have family who wants to be around you. That's why you call everybody auntie. You can't keep anybody in your life because you're fickle. One minute, this person's your auntie and your best friend. The next minute, oh, I'm not. You can't even construct a motherfucking sentence. You can't. Instead of worried about going to get your GED, going to night school, okay, learning how to construct a sentence and using proper grammar, you're adding me at 3 a.m. I want you to see how awesome your life must be if you're doing that. You think to me, I have time for somebody at 3 o'clock in the morning for which them bad things man them life? Because I know that shit's coming back to me. Okay? I haven't even said shit to you. This was months ago. And this is what you did. Okay? You're miserable. That's if your wife is still even in the house. Because I don't know how no woman can stay with somebody like that if we can call you a man. Okay? Moving right along. That was just something I pulled out. We just had to tap into that energy to see what's going on around there to New Orleans. What's happening over there? That's what I'm getting. Okay? You can PayPal me $5 for everything that I just got correct, and you can deduct $5 for the things that I got wrong. I bet you I'm going to end up in the damn green and not the red. Okay? Anyway, Sister Crystal said, I'm glad you told your husband what happened that time. I love how you both have some balance, balance each other out. And you know what we do? Hey, hey, Rose Bennett. We do balance each other out. Thank you, Sister Crystal. I did because I knew that I would not be able to get hype and go crazy if I told him, because I know, he'd be happy about that. And I'm going to tell you something. Okay, you better be glad someone married to one Jamaican man, because they would have found your hand and your foot in 2 different states. Anyway, we're going to move it right along. Pressure. Some are even allergic to drinking water. Child, their colon must be all types of jacked up. Their liver must be like, I hate you. These people ain't putting an ounce of good herb or liquid in their body. It's sad. It's so sad. All that toxicity, it just builds up. It just builds up. Anyway, we're going to move on. Okay, we're going to move on. And see, I didn't even have to get myself hyped to share those things with you. That's the reason why I don't have to respond to you, because I know your life is miserable. You can tell the people that's miserable. Okay? The people who don't want to celebrate with you, and instead of keeping their mouth shut, they got to say nasty things and create 7, 8 troll pages. Sweetie, what? I hate pack mentality fights. Same here in my small space, especially when you know deep down it's on some BS. Cast demons out of your life. Don't give it a second chance to do something worse to you. Another set of gems. See, I had to learn that because I like to give people chances. You know what? I like to get chances, right? We all mess up. We all do things. And that is what I had applied initially. But I've learned on social media, most times people don't deserve a second chance, guys. Leave them the F alone. Move on about your business because you're just going to get hurt. These people are not operating with any level of integrity, okay? They're not operating with any sense of decorum. They don't value relationship. Literally, they are weighing about how much of the next click and view they can glean off of you. You have to think about it like that. You cannot, it's almost like in a sense, I have to not think about these people as just regular human beings. That's how I can move on. Because like I said, I don't like to have strife with people. I don't like for things to go on and on. I would just rather be like, yo, let's forget it. Let's move on. We don't got to be besties, but at least we don't have to have animosity. Leave them right where they are. I'm on third. Leave them right where they are. I'm telling you, I've learned this 3 times, guys. I have done this, and every single time I got burnt. This is why I don't unblock people anymore. This is the reason why I don't unblock people. Okay? If they have not apologized to you, leave them alone. And then we're going to get into the dramatic apologizers. We're going to talk about it. Because I've seen people dramatically apologize about hating on people's uteruses and kids and threatening their lives and families, only to turn back around and do it again to the same person and to some more people on top of that. These people don't got no sense. My small space said, yes, Pressure, they come as snakes, but next time they might come back as wolves in sheep's clothing. And they're going to get torn the fuck up because my whole spirit animal is a bear. I think it's a bear and a wolf in there somewhere. Okay, those are both predators on the chain. You get fucked up. All right, I'm still scared of bears, but I have a lot of dreams about bears. And I'm like, you know what? I think this is my spirit animal. You're gonna get ripped to shred. I will maul your ass. Okay, get the fuck on. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. And the people I'm talking about know who I'm talking about. I don't got to say your name. Leave me alone. I'm not checking for you. You want to hate on people. You want to hate on groups of people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not checking for you. I don't have time for you anymore. No longer will I go on your page and congratulate you for anything. Because some of y'all are evil. But then got the nerve to turn around and talk about some whole groups of people are evil. Girl, what? Are you serious? Do you think we forgot the fuckery you've done over the years? And the people you've threatened and doxxed? Are you serious? But you're going to sit up here and talk about West Indians are evil. Girl, what? You can't make this shit up. I'm telling you. Ciao. Dramatic apologizers. You got to watch out for them too. Okay. If you have to apologize to me 15 times in a video, okay, in front of 200 people, now there's something noble about that. There's something noble about if you've done something, because I'm all for an apology, but I do respect the people who can come in front of other people and say, you know what, I was wrong that I did this. But whenever it's too dramatic, and first of all, there's people who are just liars to the dirt. They lie about shit they don't even need to lie about. Not because they're in trouble, not because something's at risk. They're just lying for lie. Some of them should have been authors because they're amazing at constructing a story. I'm going to give them that. See, there's people here with hidden talents. If they would channel some of this dark energy, you know, you can use, what isn't that one of the coping tools? Is it sublimation? Okay. You can, Stephen King, that man has to have a dark mind. Y'all see the books that he write? He's channeled that into becoming a top worldwide selling author. If you're a good storyteller and you can make up 10 different lifetimes for yourself, why don't you become an author? Why don't you write screenplays? Don't come on here and goop the kids. Okay. Dramatic ass people. See, there are people on here that haven't done evil shit necessarily, but I don't deal with them because I see their penchant for fuckery and scammery. I don't like to be lied to. And especially when I see people lying. If you're the type of person that you can lie out of the ether, yes, that right there. The best liars lie for no reason. You better run like hell. When you see somebody like that, see, and the person I'm talking about, I haven't witnessed them doing anything evil per se. Like, you know, doxing people, threatening people. I haven't seen them doing that. Don't underestimate that this person is dangerous. They will scam you out of your drawers because of their ability to build, concoct, and just go into a story that never happened. Those are dangerous people. Mark my word. Dangerous fucking people. Okay? These are people who are willing to degrade themselves in front of other people because it will get them to their next scam. Don't think it's a mistake. Stop feeling sorry for some of these people. This is a part of their ruse. I used to feel bad for that person. I used to say, oh, that person got low self-esteem. They got back with people who did them dirty. Then I realized this is all a part of them, of their acts. Okay? If you could be the perpetual victim, you're always going to have some sucker who's going to feel sorry for you and give you coins. One thing that my mom raised me with is to have integrity. Okay. I'm not one of those get money at all costs people. Yes, I love a good coin. Yes, I love to get paid. Okay. Yes, I do. But I will never do it at all costs. I will never do it, you know, at the expense of somebody else. I will never do it through scammery and fuckery. I watched the and I still have to watch Peace Love's review. I didn't want to watch it because I wanted to see it first. What is it? The Swindler? And there was another one too. There was two of them about con artists. Them con artists had people believing for years that they were in danger and needed to lay low so that they could siphon money off of them. That's how dangerous those people are. Those two men in the Netflix shows that I watch, never, I don't even think they put a hand on any of the women, but they're so dangerous. They ruined entire lives, one of them for a whole decade. I can't remember the name of the other show. These people are dangerous. Don't underestimate the people who could mind fuck you guys. Don't underestimate them. They could be just as dangerous as the person who will kick you in your chest. They can be just as dangerous as the person who will push you down the stairs. Do not underestimate them. Don't undervalue your psychological health. I'm telling you. Y'all don't believe me? I'm telling you. Yes, embellishers of lies. Just Blaze said chaos is a frequency and can be utilized to manifest. We're gonna read that one more again, okay? Y'all better be. I hope you have your notebooks. Chaos is a frequency and can be utilized to manifest. I recently learned that. Study daily. This is nothing but pure facts. She's absolutely right. This is like a universal truth right here. Okay. Some of y'all not ready for this discussion. This could be a whole live within itself. That chaos energy. Yep. Anyway. Okay. So you have to pay attention. Don't be swindled by these people. Don't let these people back into your life just for nothing. And if you decide, let's say you're that person that's like, I'm gonna let them back into my life, but it doesn't mean I'm going to be close to them and stuff. Some people could do that, or I'm not going to go in their chat or whatever. Just make sure you know what your boundaries are, because some of these people will smile in your face and say, hey, pressure today, and call you a bitch tomorrow for no reason. None. Just Blaze said that Stephen King reference hit home. I notice when I'm low vibrational, I write dark shit. Exactly. Just like the comedians. Some of the best comedians, they got like crazy shit going on, and they channel that energy into their work, and they're funny as fuck. Y'all think I'm lying, but it's true. You could use that creative energy. At least be productive with your shit instead of coming out here destroying people's lives. Okay? Don't underestimate them people who can mind F you, child. I'm telling you, they're dangerous. Okay? It doesn't matter how smart you are. You got to pay attention, because they got a trick for different types of people. Pay attention. So then we got another person who did some really messed up shit to somebody and has done a partial, I don't even want to say it's a partial apology. He said he admitted to one thing but wouldn't admit to the other part, right? And at the end of the day, it was wrong. If you drive somebody past where somebody lives, points it out, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, you're wrong. You need to take full responsibility for that, and then leave it alone. And then people gonna bring it up. People like to bring stuff up. Yeah, I know. I already told y'all. I experience that all the time. You gotta ignore them. Okay, take responsibility for what you did and move the fuck on. But no, you decided to lie, and you think you can trick people with your half a apology, which isn't really an apology at all. Okay, and if I did this, and that's not an apology. I did this, I'm sorry. That's an apology. Now, if I made you feel, if you want to say, it sounds like you feel angry or you felt hurt by what I said, I'm so sorry that I said that to you. That's an apology. But you don't say, if what I did hurt you, bitch, they hurt. This is why you're having the conversation. And we can all be susceptible to that. Also, you have to be careful, because some of us do mean well with our apologies, but we don't want to put the effort in to actually change. Not everybody's malicious. Not everybody's malicious who, says something and then they turn around and not do it. It's because they didn't put enough energy into actually making change. So I want to make that note. It doesn't mean that they all evil, and calculated. Some of us are just lazy. Okay. But back to that person. Okay. The half apologizers. They don't want to take responsibility. They don't want to actually be found to be in the wrong. So they make excuses and they, play the game of Twister just so they can avoid and evade responsibility. Anybody who avoid and evades responsibility to that degree, those are other people you have to watch out for. you will never truly get anywhere. Those are the people that are at high risk for repeating conflict with you. So if you forgive somebody like that, or you decide to get back into relationship with somebody like that who was unwilling to take responsibility for their part in what happened to dissolving your relationship, the chances of that repeating again is going to be very high. Plain and simple. Okay. The person that I decided, listen, I don't want no parts of, this is in my everyday real life. Okay. I hadn't talked to them for a couple of years. Okay. I had said some stuff to them about something that happened. And I was like, hey, I really wish we had talked about this. Let's talk about it in person. The person has not texted me since then. And then had the nerve to talk to, listen, they told their husband, hey, let's go see Tamar and Jeff. Let's go congratulate them on their new house and their baby. And wanted to pop up the same day. And I told my husband no. First I said yes because I was like, oh, damn. And then I said no. This person hasn't responded to me in 2 years. You just want to come to my house? I don't want you. I'm not going to be fake in my own house. Okay? It's not happening. So I text Jeff back. I was at work. I said, you know what, babe? I'm sorry I have to do this, but this doesn't, my spirit don't feel right. I don't want this person to come. If we can't have a conversation about what happened in the past, I don't want them at my house. And I know, you're cool with the husband. I don't have a problem with him coming, but until this person is willing to have a discussion about what happened, I don't want them over my house. Mm-hmm. And don't you know, they text me with the quickness. Hey, I heard there was bad air between us. This is 2 years later, guys. 2 years later, I heard there was bad air between us. Something so weird. What? Then they try to have a whole conversation via text. I said, listen, let's set up a time to talk in person, face to face. I don't like to have these discussions via text or phone. Okay. Long story short, we get to the part where we're supposed to meet up, child. I'm not even going to get into details about what a nightmare it was to schedule this thing. The person going to say they never got my text. Their phone was hacked. Peep this. I want y'all to listen to the back-to-back fuckery. They never got my text. Their phone was hacked. They were going through, I'm not going to get into the personal things because, that's their business. They were going through XYZ. Was it possible that they were going through a lot of time? Absolutely. But you haven't texted me in 2 years since the message in which I said, hey, I think we should have handled this better. That seems mighty fishy to me. And then you're texting my husband. You have your husband text my husband to meet up. Why didn't you just text me? She said it was her idea to come over. Girl, bye. So we had this talk and she denied everything. I validated the fact that, you know what? It sounds like you were going through a hard time then. Then she was like, now that you know that you had it all wrong, what do you have to say for yourself, baby? When I tell you the gaslighting was real, I said, so-and-so, I am not going to allow you to put all of this on me. Never will I allow you to do that. Then I get big and she just shut up. She didn't know what to say because she's used to gaslighting the hell out of people. She's used to manipulating people because, there's some other stuff I can't say. And I said, she was shookest. She was shookest. Because she thought I was going to sit there and let her manipulate me. I said, I will never allow you to put this all on me. And I said, sure, I could have followed up with you and see, hey, is everything okay? But I said, because I actually extended an opportunity to talk to you in the message, I just thought maybe you just didn't want to be bothered. Right? And I said, I could have made another attempt to reach out. This woman took zero responsibility for the fact that she has said nothing for 2 years, but then try to pop up at my house. No, let me tell you what happened. I hung out with a mutual friend of hers, and she probably found out that we hung out and she got jealous because she knows my shower is going to come up soon. She feels left out. And instead of being a woman and saying, hey, we haven't talked in a while. Let's talk. She concocted some bullshit to have her husband text my husband. And then I said, no, ma'am. Because one thing, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Mennonites, but not the Amish version, because there's some super conservative ones. But that culture, there's a lot of awesome things about that culture, but they avoid conflict like the plague. I'm Black and I'm Jamaican, honey. Okay. We're in your face type of people. We don't got time to be tiptoeing and shucking and jiving and oh yeah, pretending like shit didn't happen. That is not how I was raised. Not how I was raised. And so some people can't handle that shit. They cannot handle just talking about things and just squashing it. They will avoid the conversation, and they will try to trick you into believing nothing is wrong. And I said, no, ma'am, because I'm not a fake ass bitch. See, I try to be the same person that I am in real life online. I keep telling y'all I don't like fake people. And I strive to be like that. Okay, because I don't want to be the person that I can't stand. I don't want you to come to my house and then I got to be fake with you. I can always be nice, but truth be told, I don't want you here. Why would I do that? It's my residence. Why would I have people at my house that I don't want to be bothered with? Goodbye. Anyway, that's my little segue. I just wanted to show you how people could twist themselves into a pretzel to avoid responsibility, to avoid saying any role that they had. If there's a conflict, chances are at least one person has to take responsibility for something, sometimes both. And if you're dealing with somebody who's swearing up and down and coming up with bullshit lies just to avoid responsibility, that is nuts. You have to reevaluate, is this person worth having in my life? They will rather say the aliens abducted them on that day than take responsibility for their actions. That's the type of person that I'm talking about. Okay. Watch out for them. Okay. And that person never apologized. They never validated anything. But, yeah, sure. My skill set, I'm going to learn how to validate people. But still, it's just basic human decency to have empathy. Pay attention to those people. If it feels like you're talking on a brick wall, you ain't getting nowhere, they just want to move on so they can get to the next thing. That's another thing. They apologize because they're not really sorry. They just want to move on. There's nothing wrong with moving on, but you can't force somebody into forgetting shit without having a conversation. Sometimes, depending on how deep the injury is, if you ate my food out the fridge, that's not something that I might need to talk to you about or have a heart to heart. That's stupid and petty. Move the fuck on. Your muffin's gone. Okay. But if you deeply hurt a person and you try to be like, why are we still talk? What? Nope. We're going to talk about this and then we're going to move on. So you can avoid repeating those things in the future. You learn what are the things that, if you care about somebody, you're going to learn about the things that bug them, that hurt their feelings, right? That should matter to you. That should matter to you. But of course, I'm talking about that was an offline situation. But sometimes you just got to cut people off. I'm telling you, it's not my favorite thing to do, but sometimes you got to leave them their ass alone. I was fine without this person in my life for 2 years. I was actually peaceful. And then they resurface. Okay. And that was during Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde will bring back people, obnoxious ass people in your life that you thought were done. You washed your hands on them. Okay. Child, it's just a mess. But be aware when you're on social media. I've learned, and maybe some of you, you have different thoughts about this, but I've learned that I cannot apply all of the same relational rules with people on social media that I do in my everyday life, because some of these people don't deserve that. Yes, you need to be empathetic and have common decency. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with forgiving people, but you can forgive people and you can go about your life. You don't have to be fooling with them. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be fooling with people. And remember that this is like, if we're just thinking about it in the context of YouTube, there's so many channels. There's so many people that you can listen to, who you can go, whatever, be in their chat. You don't have to go back to that person. And that is a sign. See, I have to ask myself, okay, once again, time to throw myself back under the bus. Yes, part of me is a peacemaker, but what part of me is a sucker that made me think that this person has repeatedly done these things to other people and it's going to be different with me? You have to pay attention to those signs. What is the unhealthy aspect of you that is okay with letting those people back in your life? Just because they're online, don't be blinded by it. Don't be blinded by it because it's online. It's still showing horrible behavior. It's still showing toxic behavior. the last thing I'm going to talk about, and then we're going to wrap up, is the abusive people. Okay. See, part of the reason why we see this happen so often on social media is, especially a particular sector of YouTube, is because there's a lot of abusive people in that sector. What do I mean by abusive? Okay. Abusive people don't take responsibility for their actions. Abusive people think that they should be able to do and say what they want to you, and you're supposed to deal with it. Abusive people take, and they don't know how to give. And if they give, it has conditions. I'm going to give you this for this, example, clicks and views. So when you're dealing with abusive people, those are the hardest people to observe if they have changed. If we're looking at it in the context of, we're going to take it a step deeper. Let's say a domestically violent relationship. Okay, that is an abusive person, right? Assuming there's one person, because sometimes both people are doing it, child. Assuming there's one person who's the aggressor and the abuser, 9 times out of 10, you have to leave that relationship. Change is not going to happen in that relationship because that person has already crossed the line. They put their hands on you, or they try to emotionally destroy you, or whatever, and it's a repeated pattern. I'm not talking about one time you got mad at each other and you said some stupid shit. I'm talking about a persistent pattern of abuse, whether it be physical, verbal, emotional, you take your pick, or a combination of those. Those people, it's very hard to see if they've actually changed. Most of those people will apologize to keep it going, okay? Or it'll be sincere. Or they try to make you feel weak for wanting an apology, okay? It's a mess. If you're dealing with an abusive person, which this is my conclusion, that a lot of these people are abusive round here to the beef sector. So because they're of an abusive mindset, those are the people who are going to be the hardest to change. I'm not going to say they're incapable of change, okay? I'm going to say those are the people that are hardest to change because it requires a certain skill level and a certain level of empathy that they don't have and they're not willing to learn. Does this make sense to y'all? When you're dealing with abusive people, your chances of actually getting to a healthy place in a relationship with that person, whatever it may look like, acquaintance, friendship, is very slim. And this is what it clicked for me. I was like, oh shit, I would never encourage a client to go back to an abusive person. I mean, I can't tell them what to do, but I would never encourage them to be back in a relationship with an abusive person, right? So why the hell would I want to be in a relationship with an abusive ass person online? I'm not talking about just shit they did to me. I'm talking about watching their years of evil shit that they've done to other people. And we're not just talking about, your head big and you're fat. I'm not talking about like small insults. We've all said stuff. I'm talking about evil, deep, dark shit that these people have done. And they don't have any remorse. That's another thing. When somebody don't have any remorse, that is a huge problem. That is a high indicator that they're engaging in an abusive manner. No remorse. So when you look at it in the context of an abusive relationship, that is going to help you to understand, no, these are people that I get the fuck away from. These are people you don't give second chances. You crack me over my skull once, you're not getting a second, third chance to do it again. It's just that you have to shift your perspective because it's online. People threaten your job. People threaten your kids. People threaten anything. Those aren't people you give a second chance, guys. Those are not people you give a second chance. That's literally somebody saying, I want to destroy you. I want to take all that matters from you. Why would you want to forgive somebody? Why would you want to be back in relationship with somebody like that? Those are abusive tendencies. I'm going to read some comments. Thank you, M13rd. Sister Crystal said, and don't let abusive people use the internet as an excuse for their bad behavior. It's only YouTube, Instagram, etc. That is a beautiful statement. And she's absolutely right. This is what people hinge their hopes on for being able to do it again the next time to the next person. See, Sister Crystal just touched on something very pivotal. I've talked about before in my lives about how there's a lack of integrity online, especially for the people who don't got nothing going on. I don't care if they want to get in their feelings. They ain't got no jobs. They don't got no hobbies other than YouTube. Okay. They don't have any friends. They don't have family members that want to fuck with them. Those are people who have nothing to lose. Therefore, they're going to use the internet as an excuse to get on here and act a damn fool. They don't have anything to lose. They don't have any family members who might run across this and be like, oh my gosh, I didn't know she was doing these things. Hey, DC, the Purple Diva. Okay. Thank you, love. They don't have that in their life. They don't have something to look forward to every day, or they have few things to look forward to. So they have to make your life miserable, and they're going to make excuses for why they deserve to make your life miserable. When you have integrity, it's not just about what happens in your regular everyday life. It's about what you do online. Okay? If you bully people for a living, day in and day out, just so you can make money, okay, that is not integrity at all. That is not integrity. And you make excuses for it by saying it's YouTube and it's Instagram and it's online. And you know what I'm saying? Like, would you do that shit in real life? Hey, BB Nice. Would you do that shit in real life? And this is not just a question for you guys. I ask myself this. Is this, Tamar, is this something that you would do in real life? And if it's not something that I would say to somebody to their face or do in real life, then I need to check myself. I don't need to do it. That is integrity. Okay. You need to be able to ask yourself, child, this is, you know what I'm saying? Just like when I had cussed people out and my little sister be like, Tamar, what are you doing, girl? Take that video down. Sometimes you got to cuss a bitch out. Okay. Sometimes you do. There are people that I cussed out. I have no regrets, but I do end up taking the video down because I said, this is not a good look. You know what I'm saying? Then there's other people, they don't give a fuck. Because they have nothing to lose. They don't care. They don't care if they're harming people on the internet. They don't care if they're pushing somebody to the brink of the S word. They've told people, go ahead and commit the S word. Do you see what we're dealing with on the YouTube? Like, these are serious things, guys. These are serious things for people to try to push somebody to the brink of taking their own life. And people normalize it. Or they pick and choose who they want to have an outrage on today. Mm-hmm. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. You have to pay attention to these things. You ask yourself, what is this person really apologizing to me? What are the signs? Does this person have the ability to change? What is their track record with other people? Okay? They can't say they changing today and they doxing tomorrow. They can't say they're on a new vibration, okay, and threatening to interfere with somebody's income. This is going to get some people in their feelings, but I don't care. You can't say that you've worked through things and then just because this person is fighting with somebody, I've seen people fall out with people that they hate and have said horrific things about. I think these people have bad memories. And then they run up in the person's chat as though nothing happened and be like, we fell out because of this person. And then what are you doing now? You're trying to reunite with the person because you have a common enemy. Don't fall for that trap. This is something that we can all fall for. Yes, it is, DC, the Purple Diva, in a hot mess shambles. Don't fall for that. It's tempting. It is so tempting. Listen, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Sometimes when people get their ass whooped virtually, I just go in the bushes. Because sometimes I don't like both of them motherfuckers. I don't like the person that's getting dragged, and I don't like the person doing the dragging. So I'm going to park my ass in the bushes. I don't need to drop down. Oh my gosh, get them, because I don't like you. You have to learn, stop trying to get these people who are common enemies. Stop trying to build with these people. This is the reason why we got people thinking they friends with somebody, and then the person have to come back and say, listen, we're not friends. Just because I invited you to my show doesn't mean we're friends. You got to use discernment. You got to pay attention. You've said crazy shit to this person. They've said crazy shit to you. None of you have apologized. Okay. So it's just, It really is comical sometimes to see how people behave. And often that is another version of the people who are skilled at making up. People who are skilled at making up without an apology, they're often the people who will align themselves with somebody just because they don't like the other person. Sometimes that's enough for people to get back into relationship with them. They ignore the fact that this person has done horrible abusive things, and then they get back into bed with them because they're hoping, oh my gosh, somebody's kicking this person's ass that I don't like virtually. It's never worth it. You're going to end up getting your ass kicked too, honey. Mm-hmm. Sister Crystal said, so true. The enemy of your enemy is not your friend. I had to learn that. You have to learn that. If you want to cheer on, do it in silence. You don't need to go over there and hype that person up. Okay? You don't. Because chances are that person ain't changed either. Okay? They just drag in the next person. Okay. I missed some comments. I'm just going to go back real quick. M on Third said, obtaining peace may require some sacrifices, but often easy to attain when we get our own way. Okay. Y'all got to be able to attain that peace. Okay. When people are tired of the same old BS, those numbers will fall off. I left many channels due to the beef and toxic ways. Lovely One is speaking facts here. I have absolutely done the same thing. And sometimes it's hard, but you know what? There are points where people get to a certain point where it's like, oh no, I thought you've crossed the line these 10 times before, but this is beyond the pale. And you just need to cut it off. See, even though you're just one person, it makes a difference. There are people that I'm like, strategically, I'm never going to click on your video because you're evil. And I refuse to support you. And I get mad when messy ass YouTube puts them in my recommendation, or they should start playing, you know, the whatever, like if you're scrolling in the auto, I get mad about that because I'm like, YouTube, no ma'am. I don't want to support this person at all because that's how messed up and that's how evil they are. I'm not interested. I might read about you on the alley, but I'm not clicking on your shit. A lot of distractions, but what we are being distracted from. Exactly. Yep. DC the Purple Diva. We are being distracted from a lot. But I find that not all, because there's a lot of conscious people too, right? There's a lot of people who are aware, and I'm blessed to have a lot of those people in my chat and who watch my channel, and they know what's going on. But some of the other people are so lost in the sauce, baby. They will be like, "What you talking about?" DC Purple Diva. They're gonna be like, "What you talking about? What's going on?" YouTube is messy. I'm telling you, they stay with it. They stay doing the most. You got to be like, do not recommend, and then take it a step further. Hit Y. I don't like this channel. That's what you got to do, because YouTube is a messy bitch, and they stay trying to they stay trying to show you community posts for people you can't stand. Child, they a mess. People you got blocked. Like, really, YouTube? Anyway, any questions? Any other comments? This was in my spirit because I really felt that I was really reflecting on situations I've gotten in and situations I've put myself in. And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, this is the pattern. These people never actually apologized to me. I just squashed it and I was like, whatever, right? And these people did messed up shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to actually verbalize an apology, and don't be fooled, or don't dupe yourself into one of those non-apology situations, because you're teaching those people how you want to be treated. You're teaching those people, I can do the most fucked up shit to you and we're going to be cool again, and you're going to accept me back. Learn from your mistakes. Hell, learn from my mistakes. Okay. Don't be a victim to these abusive ass people. A lot of them cannot maintain relationships out of here. They don't even know the rules. They don't even know the ethics of relationships and being with other people and caring for people. They don't know that. All they know is strife. All they know is, I'm angry with you. I want you to feel pain. I'm going to dox you. I'm going to call this person. I'm going to call that person. I have never had a desire. This is honest to God. I have never had a desire when I'm mad at somebody to say, I'm going to go ahead and release text messages. I'm going to go ahead and call so and so. Okay. The only time I would ever do that, I've never done this. If somebody did that shit to me, then guess what? My vengeful spirit will rise up and I'm going to find somebody to call on you. Best believe it. Oh, yes, I will. But I've never had that desire to say, I can win with words. Let me type and see what I can find. I've never done that. It's dumb. It doesn't make any sense to me. Okay? Just move on or cuss the person out. Like, if you cannot win by talking back to this person and saying stuff to them, why do I need to go deep into stuff and look into your world and try to find out ways to ruin your life? That's weird. And this, let me tell you something, and I'm going to read these comments. This is the reason why some of these people don't have no blessings in their life, or they can't maintain the blessings. They get something and it slips right through their fingers because they've done so much horrible things to people on here. They literally, it's like their hand has holes in it. So the universe pours blessings into their hands and it just flows right through it flows right through them holes because you've been doing evil shit to people. You don't think that comes back to you? I told you about the sign that my husband has in the house. Karma is only a bitch if you are. And it's not a game. It's not a game. Child to mess with TS was not missed either. Wait, what happened? I don't even know what that is. DC Purple Diva. M13 said, if they did it once and got away with it, be sure they will do it again. Great live. Share it. Thank you so much, M13. I'm definitely going to check out your channel after this. Thank you for sharing. DC the Purple Diva putting his hands on a woman on a live. What? Oh, is this Kuna Mayor? I saw something. Oh, Triple L the Great. I saw something in my timeline, but it was like in the middle of the night. I went up to get water. And oh my gosh, okay, I'm gonna watch that. Child, thank you for telling me. I'm not surprised. Is anybody seriously surprised about that mongrel? The way he talks about black women? Oh no. Anyway, let me stop running my mouth. I gotta go get on with the rest of my day. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here, for listening, for contributing. Thank y'all so much. This was really heavy on my heart because I really feel duped by certain people. And I'm like, damn, I really, like, when I say that I really put things in the past that people do, I do that. I really do. And so when I see people just revert to evil ass shit and try to hurt people, it bothers me. And I'm like, never again. You will never get the opportunity again. Okay? I don't know you, and I never will. Mr. Hey, Mr. Irene, good morning. Pressure Cooker Maz in chat. Thanks for being here, y'all. Yes, FNF show. Yep. I'm done. People are a mess, or I will try to search for it. Ooh, let me see. Did I miss another one? Oh, what was that? Okay, so Kudemeyer or Tommy Sotomayor, he got into it. I think it was with the Fresh and Fit people. That is what I saw on my timeline with Triple L the Great, but I didn't. I need to go back and watch it. I haven't watched it yet. I just saw it pop up. So something went down with him. It said that. So Triple L the Great's title said that he got in a fight with a woman on the show. I just thought it was a verbal fight. I didn't know he actually threw hands. It was a fight. So I guess we're gonna be watching that. Child, that's a mess. And also, I want to watch the I don't even know. I might get myself worked up. I wanted to check out the Young Pharaoh Storm Monroe interview. I wanted to see what that was about, but I can't. Y'all know I used to cover a lot of Young Pharaoh stories. He aggravates me. His narcissism is like level 15 out of 10, and I can't deal with it. I can't even listen to him. He just triggers me so much. It was taken down, but the Lady Law posted CC who caught it. Ooh, thank you so much, DC the Purple Diva. I might have to, no, listen, I can't come back because I have to plan for a presentation. I might have to come back and talk about that. Maybe I'll do a video. Anyway, I love y'all. Peace and blessings. Remember, people treat us the way we allow them to treat us. Okay. I've definitely had my share of mistakes and, foolishness. And I really don't want to repeat those. 2022, I'm protecting my peace. If that means people got to stay blocked, okay. If that, that's what it's going to be, because I don't have time to argue with them. I'm not going to go back and forth with you. It's just not worth it. Stop giving these people multiple chances to fuck with you. Thank you so much, Sister Crystal. I love y'all. Have a great Thursday, and I'll see y'all in the streets, or see you soon. DC Purple Diva said, "Child, that was funny on Storm Road." I don't even listen, because I saw that it was like 3 hours or something crazy. Or maybe I'm wrong, but I was like, oh Lord, I can't deal with young Pharaoh. Thank you so much, Emma Third YouTube. All right, guys, have a blessed day. I'll see y'all soon. Bye. Thank you, Miss Doreen. Blessings to you.